You might want to place the Kenzan in, instead of in the center, maybe in the back left corner. Go through your materials and pick whichever one that you are most drawn to. So the only rule, we're going to put this in the center of the Kenzan, the only rule is that you don't want anything in your arrangement to be taller than twice the length of your vessel. So yours can go pretty tall because your width, the length is pretty, but the length is the width plus the height. So what I do to measure is I take the top of the material and I put it at one edge of the vessel, and here's the width. And then here's the height, right? Okay. And then I take that and I put it to the end of the vessel again, and I measure the width plus the height would be here. So I cut mine a little bit shorter than is the tallest. And then you trim it there, and then you can, keep it that tall if you want, or you can, as long as it's shorter than that. So you can make it really short if you want. You just don't want it to be taller than that. So, trim it whatever height, and then you're going to rotate it. Then you're going to put it right in the center of the Kenzan, and you can put it straight up, or you can lean it a little bit if you want. You can lean it if you want, or you can just put it straight up, or you can lean it forward. A lot of ikebana arrangements, the materials are almost all leaning forward subtly. All right, so now we're going to go to the right. So you're going to put this next material in the Kenzan directly to the right of this first material. The closer you can get to it, the better. You generally want everything to look like it's growing from the same roots. So go ahead and grab whatever you would like, put it in the Kenzan directly to the right. You just need to make sure that it doesn't hit at the same height as the material that's in there. So the height of mine would be the tallest material. So I wouldn't want it to hit at this same height. So wherever the tallest hits. And height doesn't have to do with length. So I could cut, this material at the same length as this one. So it's the same length as it, but I lean it and it won't hit at the same height. Yeah, so go ahead and put that in. And then the only thing you want to avoid, which you are because you're leaning it to the right, but just something to think about, is you never want the stems to cross each other. So if you put, like say these both went into the Kenzan, I would never want it to cross in front, or this to cross in back. Because you want them to look like they're growing from the same root. So it could come forward and, it could be anywhere here. You just don't want it to cross. Now we'll go into the back of the Kenzan. So you're going to put this material directly behind the first material.
Okay.
And so then you, for it to be seen, you can lean it to the right or to the left subtly. And if you do some sort of bloom, which that one looks like a bloom, You never want the face of the bloom to be looking directly at the viewer. You would want it to be, kind of subtly. You just don't want it to be like that. But it could be like this. You just don't want to lean it where it's. Okay, now I forgot to have us pour our water in. So we fill it to about the top of the needles, and then once we finish the arrangement, we can fill it up the rest of the way. But just put the water into about the top of the needles, just so that the materials can have a little bit of water as you're putting them in. Now we're going to do our lowest material, which is going to go directly in front of our first material. And this is the lowest one. So the job of this one is to obscure the viewer from seeing the Kenzan.
Okay.
So low doesn't mean, it doesn't always mean short. You can't really see the whole thing, but so say I used this material, and it's pretty, I have it kind of tall, but if I leaned it forward, it would hit low, and it would obscure, the viewer from seeing.
Yeah, the Kenzan.
Right? But I would probably want to turn these, see how I made it where they're kind of turning upward instead of looking directly at you. If I had it like this, they would be like looking at you. So I would probably turn them subtly so they were more upward, but they're still obscuring the view low.
Yeah.
So you can do greens, you can do blooms, you can do whatever you want. If you trimmed off some of that, the fuller material, the second one you put in, trimmed off some of that, you could bring some of those leaves down to the bottom if you wanted, or you could put a bloom down there. The only thing you want to avoid is having anything hit it the same height as anything else. But you're going to put 2 more materials in. How to talk about it. Okay, so hopefully I'll be able to show. There we go.
Like going like this, in a zigzag.
Isn't he so cute?
Yeah, it's really